Alrighty. Good morning, fellow Jits. What it is, what it do. Have you liked and subscribed yet? Yes or no? I want to invade Mexico. Good morning, everybody. How we all doing? How's everybody doing on this wonderful, wonderful Monday morning? How did your scavenger hunt go? Went good until I was like, what, a clue behind the rest of the crowd, and missed the opportunity to meet Zorussi Mamdusi, so that sucked. But regardless, it was a lot of fun to see all the comrades out and about. Onyx with the 5 gifted subs. Thank you very much, Onyx. Rocky Lucy just became a member for 5 months. Doing great. How are you, man? I'm doing very good. But yeah, it was really cool to see all of the the comrades were out and about. It's like, it was something that Cuomo wishes he could fucking do. Let's get that many people in the community out and about. Zoran, Mom, Donnie, Scott. I'm curious to see how people like Fox News are going to spin it. We'll take that. We were talking about that while we were there. We were like, how is Fox News going to spin this? Are they going to say, like, look, it's like the formation of the bread lines already beginning? You know what I'm saying? So, Mamdani supporters support New York City streets for scavenger hunt as campaign stunt takes shots at the candidates. Around 2,000 supporters. That's not true. There was probably 5,000 to 10,000 people. An attention-grabbing campaign stunt. Oh, it was definitely attention-grabbing. Am I in this picture? I might be in this fucking picture. For real, on God. I was definitely right here. Yeah, it was a crazy fucking line. It was awesome. Scavenger hunt concluded at Little Flower Cafe in Astoria, which Mamdani said was one of his favorite coffee spots. Thousands lined the block to get a photo with the candidate, who briefly addressed reporters, saying the hunt got to the foundation of what this campaign is all about, a love of New York City. No, that's true. I mean, listen, I'll tell you one other thing. Trump is live with his new executive order. Let's whip him out. Trump live. Let's see. What is he, live on whitehouse.gov, perhaps? Yeah, he is. Live on whitehouse.gov.
And then it withholds or revokes federal funds and grants that are flowing to those jurisdictions to ensure that we're only supporting.
He's supposed to sign an executive order making flag burning illegal again, by the way.
Potentially anywhere that has a cashless bail policy. So some of the largest cities, some of the most left.
You got the poster. Hell fucking yeah.
Illinois would be a great example of that, sir.
Oh, they have a great cashless bail. You don't even have to go to court sometimes. No, Illinois, I love that state. It's a great state, but it's run so.
Burning flags is illegal? No, it isn't.
Family business.
In the United States of America, you can burn flags. That's completely legal. It's protected speech. The Supreme Court had a whole case about this during the Vietnam War.
So important. And this isn't Republican, Democrat. This is, and by the way, most Democrats agree with this. But this is just, we got to bring our country back. Okay?
I love when he does that. When he holds it up like a fucking
That's a big
douchebag.
one.
Also on the issue of cashless bail, sir, this is a D.C. specific executive order. In addition to the measures that we're taking that are quite similar to what we're doing around the country, in D.C. in particular, the objective is holding as many criminal defendants in federal custody and subjecting them to federal charges as possible. That means that they'll be held pre-trial in federal jail as opposed to just being cut back out on the streets due to a cashless bail policy.
Okay. And we have the room.
Also, wait, isn't that how you retire the American flag, is by burning it? Isn't that like literally how the military retires their flags?
Rejected to live in that dog trap for so long, so unfairly. I have stories, you'll be hearing about them. That prison is horrible. Okay?
This is an executive order that contains a number of additional measures relating to crime and law enforcement in Washington, D.C. It charges, for example, your Secretary of Defense with establishing specialized units in both the D.C. National Guard and the National Guard units around the country, specifically trained and equipped to deal with public order issues. It charges all of your various federal law enforcement agencies with hiring additional personnel to allow them to surge personnel
we're getting run by an overbuy idiot.
deal with the current emergency here. It does a number of other things in that space, and it also asks the Attorney General to look at D.C. Metropolitan Police general orders that have currently impeded law enforcement efforts in the city, and to potentially look at unwinding those that are stopping the police from doing their job effectively.
And are we going to ask this to be codified by Congress, all of these things?
I think we could potentially, yes, sir.
I think so. I think we should. I think we'll get it. I think Democrats will vote. Well, it's hard to believe that they might not, but I think Democrats will actually vote for this.
No auto pen. Look, I'm doing it myself.
There's no auto pen that can do that. Right? Look at that, man.
You can't make this shit
Seriously,
up.
is that a good
You
suggestion?
cannot make
Who's
this
gonna write
shit
Nobody.
up.
I don't know. That's the other thing. I assume we're looking at the whole auto pen scam.
Sir.
Because the person that
Clip
ran
it.
it said he
Clip it.
spoke to it briefly twice about nothing. That means that all those pardons that he gave to some very bad people, very unpatriotic people, very evil people, it looks to me like those pardons are worthless.
Bro, I know this
Because, number
motherfucker
one,
with
you
the
should
back of
use
my
an auto
hand.
pen very specifically. But if you do, it has to be a very good reason. And they have to
Biden.
know that the president wanted it. The president didn't want
Biden.
this. The president didn't know he was alive, okay? He never approved any of this stuff.
Biden.
He wasn't for open borders and all the other things. He was never for open borders. I've known Biden a long time. He was never very sharp, but he was never in favor of open borders and all of the other things he did to destroy our country. Let's go.
Lastly, sir, this is an executive order on flag burning. It charges your Attorney General.
Would you listen to this? This is very important. Flag burning. All over the country, they're burning flags. All over the world, they burn the American flag. And as you know, through a very sad court, I guess it was a 5-4 decision, they called it freedom of speech. But
Yeah, it
there's
is.
another reason, which is perhaps much more important. It's called death. Because what happens when you burn a flag is the area goes crazy. If you have hundreds of people, they go crazy. You can do other things. You can burn this piece of paper. But when you burn the American flag, it incites riots at levels that we've never seen before. People go crazy. In a way, both ways. There are some that are going crazy for doing it. There are others that are angry about them doing it. Do you want to discuss that?
Sure. So what the executive order does, sir, it charges your Department of Justice with investigating instances of flag burning, and then where there's evidence of criminal activity, where prosecution wouldn't fall afoul of the First Amendment, and instructs the Department of Justice to prosecute those who are engaged in these instances of flag burning.
And what the penalty is going to be, if you burn a flag, you get 1 year in jail, no early exits, no nothing.
I'm
You get 1
burning
year
a
in
flag
jail.
as
If you
soon as
burn a
possible
flag,
on video.
and what it does is incite to riot. I hope they use that language, by the way. Did they?
Incitement is
Incite to riot. And you burn a flag, you get 1 year in jail. You don't get 10 years, you don't get 1 month. You get 1 year in jail, and it goes on your record. And you will see flag burning stopping immediately. Just like when I signed the Statute and Monument Act. 10 years in jail if you hurt any of our beautiful monuments. Everybody left town. They were gone. Never had a problem after that. It's pretty amazing. We stopped it. But this is something that's, I don't know, in a certain way, it's equally as important. Some people
Trump's hand movements really highlight his bisexuality. Yet, well, Trump is gay.
it's more important because the people in this country don't want to see our American flag burned and spit on.
I do.
And by people that are, in many cases, paid agitators.
Am I
They're
paid?
paid by the radical left to do it. You talk to these people, they don't even know, half of them don't even know what they're doing. They say, I don't know, they gave me money to do this. I see the same things that you do. They're bad people. They're trying to destroy our nation. That's not working because I think our nation now is the most respected nation anywhere in the world by far.
Nope.
You saw that
Incorrect.
with the European leaders on Friday. You saw that with NATO where they agreed to go from 2% no pay to 5% fully
already
paid up.
paid.
Trillions of dollars paid. Where they respect your president to a level that they jokingly call me the president of Europe. They call me the president of Europe, which is an honor. I like Europe, and I like those
Nobody
people.
calls you that.
They're good people. They're great leaders. And we've never had a case where 7 plus really 28, essentially 38 countries were represented here the other day. 38.
I'm not advocating for flag burning.
European
I am.
countries were
But how would this
European
executive
and
order
other
not
countries were
be beat by
represented.
the First Amendment?
There was a
The President of the United States does not recognize the United States Constitution. He doesn't recognize it. That's why he's running for a third term. That's why he's trying to overrule due process. That's why he's trying to overrule birthright citizenship. He does not like the Constitution.
And this group has a lot to do with it, right behind me. Does anybody behind me have anything? Pam, would you like to say something?
Sure, President. Thank you for keeping D.C. safe. You know, just a couple examples of a mother, a single mom, whose house was burglarized, and the defendant got out on cashless bail, went back the next night, and burglarized her house again.
Oh,
That's
shut the
why this
fuck
is
up
so
and suck my dick with that dirty fucking cock holster, you disgusting, stupid fucking whore. You $5 tramp. Fuck you.
That's why it's so important, President, what you're doing, and thank you, and thank you.
Blow
for
smoke up his
protecting
ass
the
more, why
American
don't you,
flag,
you
and we'll
fucking
do that
slut.
without running afoul of the First Amendment
Good.
as well. And President, I think Terry Cole, excuse me, I think Gaddy Serralta had something he wanted to give you on behalf of all the law enforcement who are out there.
Let's see if it's
every
gold or
single
not.
day.
Yes.
Thank you for putting me in charge of
Oh,
this,
there's the other
service.
fucking
As the
Barbie
director of the
skank.
United States
The other
Marshal
Nazi
Service,
whore.
Law enforcement agency. It was created in 1789. So on behalf of all the federal law enforcement agencies that we're working with and those that have yet to join the team, we thought it was only appropriate to present you with an honorary United States Marshal Service badge. And this badge comes with this little item right here, which is a handcuff key, Mr. President, because you continue through your policies and your efforts with your staff to unhandcuff law enforcement officers all over this nation.
Oh my God.
And I can tell you personally that they thank you for that.
Thank you. That's
You
beautiful.
can continue unhandcuffing law enforcement.
That's a very great honor. I'll save that and put it someplace up, which is important. Thank you very much, Gad. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Really nice. Thank you. That's very nice. Thank you. Well, we love those people. They're brave and they love our country and they don't want to see. They don't want to see it. Do you know how many people volunteered for this job? And before I ask the VP to say a few words, because he feels very strongly about it, I think it's very important. Pam,
Looks so
that
sick? That's because
when
he's
we do
fucking
this,
dying.
that a
He's like an
state
80-year-old man with
becomes-
heart failure and a venous
I mean, I see Pritzker saying, we
deficiency.
don't want them. In
He's
the meantime, the city
dying.
is being shot to hell. And they do that politically.
Hey, don't forget, guys.
And they probably do want it.
In 15 years, Donald Trump, fucking Xi Jinping, fucking Joe Biden, all of these terrible old heads will all be dead in 15 years.
Under control. We did that quickly. He changes to it a little bit. Well, I think we could have done it. You know, they were dead. If we didn't send in the troops, Los Angeles was dead, the Olympics was
Putin
gone,
too.
the World Cup was gone, everything was gone. We did a great job. And Newsom, you got he's an incompetent governor. But I think people should want us to be there, because otherwise all they'll do is complain as we do our job. So we'll have to think about that, okay? We go in, like in Washington, we go in and the people that are here that have been doing, I don't want to say terrible, because she happens, she's a nice woman, I guess. I don't care about if she's nice, I really don't care. I want her to do, I'd rather have her be horrible, but do the job.
He has mentioned
But we
Biden.
come into Washington and we have the 11 best days they've had here in 2 centuries. I mean, they've never seen anything like it. Let's go 2
Waluigi!
decades. In over 20 years, they haven't seen anything like what happened. And now they're out there saying, we don't have crime in Washington. Well, that's true. For 11 days, you don't have crime. But before that, everybody was getting hit and mugged, and you people could not walk to your office
Not
without
true.
security. That's how unsafe it was. So I think we should really let them have their city, let their city go to hell, and when they come and beg us to help. The only problem is we want to save it for the people, because the people want us there. The
No, they
people
don't.
here, 95% of the people here want us.
Not
the real
true.
people, not the people you find on. I don't know where you find.
Oh,
these
the
people.
real people.
You have one person has a broken nose. Where'd you get it? Well, I was mugged. Good. Do you want to see Trump here with? No, I don't want. The woman has a broken nose. She got mugged. But she's saying she doesn't want any protection. It's all made up fake news. It's
Oh,
just
okay.
fake
So
news. I don't know where you
anybody
find
who
these
says they
people.
don't want the military is a paid
Anyway,
propagandist.
you say
Got
a
it.
couple of words, please, and then I'm going to ask JD to say something. You have done an unbelievable job in a short period of time.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Highly recommended by you know who, right?
Yes, sir.
Do you want to say his name?
Mr. Youngkin, Governor
Yes, sir.
Youngkin. Yes, sir.
We stole you from
He
Governor
called me.
Youngkin.
right.
He called me. Glenn Youngkin called, and he said, "I have somebody who's really fantastic." And based on that recommendation, here you are. You've done a fantastic job. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. Go ahead.
The men and women of the Metropolitan Police Department are back. They enjoy doing their job again. They feel the ability to go out and be law enforcement officers. They feel that they're connected to their communities again. They are making a difference. Thanks to you, Mr. President, and our federal task force, you are making D.C. safe once again. Thank you, sir.
It's going to get better and better. Well, it can't get much better. There's no crime. I read where crime's down 89%. I said, really? Who are the 11%? Okay? There's no crime.
This guy's such a
JD,
stupid, lying
Yes, sir.
fucking
Well, thanks,
jackass.
Mr. President.
There's no
Thanks for the
crime. We live in a
incredible team
crimeless
here.
society.
You know,
We live in a
I
perfect
was,
society.
want to
No
echo
crime
something
here.
the
All
president
crime is
said, where
gone.
you
We
say
solved
there
the
haven't
problem
been
of crime.
murders in a couple of weeks in D.C., and it doesn't sound good, but then you talk to local law enforcement, and I didn't realize this, that this town averaged 1 murder every other day for the last 20, 30 years, which means that in 2 short weeks, the president and the team have saved 6 or 7 lives, people who would have been killed on the streets of D.C., who are now living, breathing, spending time with their families because the president had the willpower to say no more. We're not going to give the streets of D.C. over to vagrants and robbers and murderers. And the last point I want to make, sir, to your point about we want people to welcome us, to ask us, because look at Governor Pritzker in Illinois, or Governor Newsom in Los Angeles, or Governor Moore in Maryland. They are angrier about the fact that the President of the United States is offering to help them get their crime
Cardiologist
under
gave
control
Trump 6
than
to
they
8
are
months.
about the fact that
fucking
murderers
yeah.
are
$5
running
bucks.
roughshod over their cities and have been for decades. Why are Democrat governors angrier about federal law enforcement helping clean up their streets than they are about the fact that those streets need to be cleaned up to begin with? It shows a real sickness in the head. And I agree with the President of the United States. I think most Democrats, rank and file, nobody likes crime. Republicans don't like crime. Democrats don't like crime. Independents don't like crime. Why are Democratic governors doing everything in their power to make crime easier to do in their cities? It doesn't make an ounce of sense to me. But, Mr. President, I appreciate you being willing to help. And I hope these governors take you up on the offer, because we should clean up all of America's streets. It's the right of every American to live in safety and comfort in their community.
And we've got the people to do it. They're signing up like they've never signed up before. Our military, as you know, during the campaign, nobody was signing up. We were way short of their goal, we were understaffed. Nobody wanted to be in the military. Nobody wanted to be a policeman. Nobody wanted to be a fireman. They didn't want anything to do with the country. We had an incompetent, grossly incompetent president who frankly should not have been there. He
And
should
now
have never
our-
been
our
there. What
numbers
the
are
damage
up. Military numbers
to
are
this country is
through the roof.
Incalculable. I mean, just what he has done. So much of our effort are getting murderers and jailbirds and people out of this country who are drug dealers at the highest level. So much of the energy of people that he led in, it was an unforced error, but I don't think they think it's an error. But I don't believe he believed it. It was the radical lunatics that surrounded this guy at this desk, who are brilliant people, but with the wrong philosophy. They're some brilliant people, but they're evil people, and they're going to be brought down. They have to be brought down because they really hurt our country. But we're getting it back very quickly. And I'll tell you something, our country's now is stronger. I think we're more respected than we've been
The hottest
respected
country
in
on
100
earth.
years. It's a whole different ballgame. JD, could I ask you,
Yes, sir.
you gave a stat on murders here. What were the numbers? You said in a short period of time, how many people were murdered?
Local law enforcement told me, sir, that in the past 20 or 30 years, D.C. has averaged a murder every other day. That's, 200 murders a year, 150, 250, but about every other day a person has been killed on the streets of Washington, D.C. We've been doing this for 2 weeks. 0 people killed. That's real lives saved.
What about all of
media
the
and,
people
frankly,
that you
the entire
rounded up
Democratic
and
Party
sent
should
to
be saying,
concentration
thank you
camps?
for saving lives instead of attacking the
What
President
about
of the
them?
United States for doing so.
You know, when a person, unfortunately, will probably happen at some point, when a person's murdered in D.C., it's going to be the biggest story maybe in history.
What?
Somebody was murdered in D.C. Trump is failing. No, we're not failing. We have a safe city. This is maybe the safest city in America right now. That's how good it is. And it would be nice to be appreciated. These people eventually, they're going to have to be appreciated for what they're doing. And they're going to have to be appreciated by the officials that are really happy when we go in because they've lost control of their place. Steve Miller, please, say a few words.
Oh, here we go.
So
It's Goebbels.
just to, first of all, follow up on what the Vice President said. No police officer working in the city can remember a time in their lives when there has been no murders. You can work at the police department for 20 years, 30 years, your whole life. We've checked the records. No one can even find a record of being murder-free for as long as you've been murder-free under President Trump's leadership. Additionally, and the President spoke about this before, we've uncovered, in the process of uncovering, a massive scandal in Washington, D.C. with the doctoring of crime stats. And the Department of Justice, under the Attorney General, is leading the effort to uncover this. But when we ultimately share the results, it will stun you. The extent to which, even though
Thank you for the
DC
5
had
gifted
the worst
subs, DJ.
crime in America, honestly measured, it dramatically understated how bad it was. There's even accusations that murders and homicides were reported as accidents instead of murders. I mean, this is
Bullshit.
how severe the manipulation of the crime
Bullshit.
data has been in the city, and it will all be uncovered and it will all be brought to light. I've had a chance to spend some time, as does everyone here, with the police officers in the city. Members of the public are going up to them and thanking them, just overflowing with gratitude, because for the first time in their lives, they can use the parks. They can walk
None
on
of
the
that is
street.
happening.
You have people who
None
can
of that is
walk
happening.
freely at night without having to worry about being robbed or mugged. They're wearing their watches again. They're wearing jewelry again. They're carrying purses again. People had changed their whole lives in this city for fear of being murdered, mugged, and carjacked. It is a literal statement that President Trump has freed 700,000 people in this city who were living under the rule of criminals and thugs. The last thing I'll say is that under the efforts of Terry, to my left and many here, what they found also is that the street criminals here in Washington, D.C. were doing business directly with the transnational criminal cartels, the foreign terrorist organizations. So not only was the city being run by these criminal thugs, but they were working with some of the most dangerous terrorist organizations on the planet to traffic weapons and drugs into this city. And what we are uncovering every day is shocking to us, and we look forward to sharing all the results with you. But President Trump, your leadership has uncovered some of the great public
Nice
safety
profile
scandals of
picture,
our life,
Sanguinis.
and now because of you, people are safe and free for the first time ever in this city.
Thank you very much, Steve. You know, in Los Angeles, Beverly Hills is, great place. I have a house there. I had a house there. I used to stay a lot of time, spend a lot of time there. And a great place. Do you know that I have friends, they leave their trunk open for their car because they know they're going to be vandalized. They don't want the trunk ripped off in order for them to steal what's in the back. They leave the doors open, so when they go in to steal the radio or whatever they take, that they don't rip off the door. They leave the doors totally open, so the criminals, when they go and open the door.
In Beverly Hills, you expect me to believe that your friends in Beverly Hills are leaving their trunks unlocked because it's inevitable that they're going to get robbed, so we might as well leave the car unlocked. Shut the fuck up and stop lying every breath you fucking take.
They'll have to break the windows and kill the car in order to steal whatever it is in the
Kill
car
the
that they're
car?
looking for. And that's at a level that nobody's ever seen before. Nobody lives like that. I have another friend, he has a garage, and in order to save his garage door, he leaves it open so that people can just walk into his garage, take whatever they want, and leave. But all the cars are, so many cars, I've been told this by many people, stars, big people, they leave their doors open so the doors aren't destroyed by these criminals. All over Los Angeles this is taking place. And you know that. I mean, you've heard that. Christy, could you say a few words?
Sure. Here comes the
Mr.
evil
President, I think
cunt
one
from
of the,
hell.
Most impactful statistics that you used today was
Dirtiest
of the 1,000
whore
arrests
in the
that have
Oval
happened
Office.
already so far, 439 of them were illegal criminals, which means they never should have been in this country to begin with. That they were in this country, invaded over our southern border or our northern border or maritime seas, and then they committed crimes against the American people. So by getting those individuals incarcerated, we've stopped those violent crimes from happening here in the city. And sir, they do. Exactly like Stephen was talking, they have ties to cartels. They have networks across this country and other cities. So by what you're doing here is gonna have a ripple effect in Miami, in Chicago, in other cities, because you're grabbing those networks and giving us information and targeting information to go and get more criminals across this country.
Better
So thank you
cooter
for the
smells
work
like
that
goats.
you're doing.
I bet you every single
We
man
have
in this
ICE
room has
and
ran through that
CBP,
fucking
Federal
slut.
Protective Services, Secret Service, HSI, all of our officers are working with all the other agencies every day here in DC, and they're so proud to have this kind of partnership. So
Yeah.
they're so glad that you're letting them do their jobs again. And I don't know if you've heard, sir, but the recruitment campaign for ICE, when we were going to hire 10,000 new officers, we've got over 130,000 people that have applied and raised their hands and said they want to work with ICE. So no matter what the fake news says or what the media says about ICE not having support, they've got incredible support from the
Yeah, they have
American
support
people.
from
People want
Nazis.
to join them and help
Yes,
them do what
every
they're
single
doing to
member
make
of
America
ICE
safe
is a
again. So
Nazi.
thank you for the
I was going to say that
That's non-debatable.
our recruitment
Every
guys, so
single
it was
person
dead.
in
During the
ICE is a
campaign, they
fucking
couldn't get-
Nazi.
Every
Deserves
story
to be
was
treated as
the Army
such.
can't fill up, the Marines, none of them could fill up. They were way behind. We couldn't get anybody to go into the military, couldn't get any police. We have just set records on everybody wants to be in. Everybody wants to go in. And we're taking incredible people. I mean, the level of, because of the Supreme Court, it's based on merit. It's all based on merit now.
No,
it's
it
not
isn't.
based on anything
There is
else.
no
You-
meritocracy in the United
If
States.
you need strong people, you have to get strong people. It's all based on merit. But we're setting records in the Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, the Coast Guard. One of my favorites, because I happen to have created it, Space Force. We're very proud of Space Force. It's amazing what it's doing. We're leading in space now. China was killing us. Russia was beating us. China was killing us. We're now killing China. We are leading in space by a lot because of Space Force. So we're very proud. But everybody wants to go in. We went from not, and you know how bad that is for the spirit when every story that you were writing a year ago was that nobody wants to go into the military anymore. And if you're in the military, you know how deflating that is? You go home to your family. Nobody wants a job that you have. Well, now it's the opposite. Everybody wants to be there. And that includes police and fire and everything else. You're doing a good job.
Thank you, sir.
You're stopping a lot of wars. just the presence we're stopping. We've stopped 7 wars.
Oh,
and
it's
really
7
the
now.
number is actually 10. We're
Oh,
not
it's actually
including a
10.
couple, and we're not including in there what we did with
Oh.
Iran, stopping their nuclear play. They would have had within a month or two, they would have had a nice big nuclear weapon.
It's happening in my
used.
frames.
That's not going to happen. That won't
Give me
happen.
back my frames!
Pete, go ahead, please.
Yes, sir. Well, Mr. President, thank you very much for your leadership. And the Defense Department is proud to be a part of this task force. Just like we have been down at the southwest border, where crossings are at 0. We've got national defense areas where we're working with Border Patrol. to secure the southern border for the American people. Just like Los Angeles, where ICE officers deserve to do their job without being attacked, we're really proud to be a part of defending the nation's capital and ensuring it is safe and beautiful and working with law enforcement. And Mr. President, let me tell you, the morale of the troops, getting out there talking to them, they love this mission. They're grateful to be doing it, whether they're D.C. National Guard or other state National Guards. And at your direction as well, sir, it's just common sense to make sure they're armed as well. And so we're rolling out ensuring they're armed, capable of defending themselves and others if need be, supporting law enforcement, and we're proud to be there, sir.
Well, look at the mission you just accomplished with Iran.
You didn't accomplish
36
anything.
hours back and forth, flawless. Every bomb hit its target.
You didn't
They went
destroy their
right
nuclear
down those-
facility whatsoever, dog.
No moon,
Like
no
even
nothing.
your own Department of Defense
Every
came out and
target,
said that.
Every bomb went right down. They have a chute that goes right down deep into the mountain. And they shouldn't have put ventilation in, I can tell you, because we used that for our advantage. But what they did, and we had the pilots and even the people that took care of the planes, we had a whole group of people at the White House a couple of weeks ago. And, you know, I didn't realize this, but they said, we've been looking at their predecessors, and then these were the pilots. They said, we gave them beautiful medals. And I'll show you the medal. Gave them the medal just like this. See? Just like that. They were so happy. Gave a lot of them out for that. It was an incredible job. You know, we had 52 tankers. People don't realize, so that they could refuel. We had many fighter jets, F-22s, F-35s. We had many. It was an amazing operation. It was flawless. Compare that to the operation when they went in with the helicopters crashing and everyone running around the desert, and the prisoners being taken, and that was Jimmy Carter. And what a
You talking
horrible
about,
thing. This was
like-
the exact opposite. This was
Yeah,
the
he's talking
exact
about Jimmy
opposite of
Carter's
what
Iran
they did in leading
hostage deal.
a very, very nice place. The Taliban runs a tough operation in Afghanistan, and I think it was the most embarrassing day in the history of our country. That was Biden.
Why won't he
I was
show his
leaving,
hands?
and we
Because
would
he's
have left with
dying, and his
strength,
hands are
tremendous
proof that
strength.
he's
We would have
dying.
had
They're, like,
tremendous-
swollen
we
and
would have
discolored
kept Bagram,
and shit.
which
It's
is the air
hilarious.
base, one of the largest runways in the world, one of the most powerful. You could land anything on it, many, many feet thick. You don't build them that way anymore. You can't. But we left it, and now China's occupying that air base. This was the most incompetent administration in history, the Biden administration. And you're just lucky that they lost, because if they won, you wouldn't have a country anymore. And so, Pete, you
They
started
did
off
win.
by saying the Department of Defense, and somehow it didn't sound good to me.
They're actually dying?
You know?
Yes.
It didn't sound good. Defense. What are we defense? Why are we defense? So it used to be called the Department of War. And it had a stronger sound. And as you know, we won World War I, we won World War II, we won everything. Now we have a Department of Defense.
Lost
with
Vietnam,
defenders.
lost Korea.
I don't know. If you people want to, standing behind me, if you take a little vote, if you want to change it back to what it was when we used to win wars all the time, that's okay with me. All right?
That's coming
You
soon,
go.
sir.
You let me know if you want to
That's
do it. I
coming
think
soon.
Department of War. It just
Yo, I'm willing to bet money they're actually going to try to change the name from the Department of Defense to the Department of War. Look at Pete Hegseth's shit-eating grin. They're genuinely going to try to do that.
sounded bad. He said, "Sir, on behalf of the Department of Defense, defense. I don't want to be defense only. We want defense, but we want offense too, if that's okay. So you'll make a decision. But you know, as Department of War, we won everything. We won everything, and I think we're going to have to go back to that. In the meantime, I've stopped all of these wars. I've stopped them. The big one would have been India and Pakistan, but we stopped them all. We stopped 3 wars. Go to Africa. They like to say, "Oh, you know, let me tell you, I love black people," and I did great with the vote with the black people. But they say he's a racist. He's a racist. I said, really? For 35 years, a war raged between Rwanda and the Republic of the Congo. And it was a vicious war. 9 million people were killed with machetes, largely. Hatchets, machetes. That went on for more than 30 years.
If
but
I was a
34,
racist, I
35
would have let the
years.
blacks keep killing
And
each other.
I stopped it. In fact, the presidents are coming in a week or two to sign. We have the foreign ministers. It's all signed. The war stopped. But I got it stopped and saved a lot of lives. The Congo. That's deep into deepest, darkest Africa. I got that war stopped. Nobody else could have done that. We did a lot of jobs. We did a lot of wars were stopped that nobody thought would even be possible. And I'll tell you what, the war with India and Pakistan, that was the next level. That was going to be a nuclear war. They already shot down 7 jets. that was raging. And I said, you guys want to do trade? We're not doing any trade. We're not doing anything with you if you keep fighting. You got 24 hours to settle it. They said, well, there's no more war going. And I used that on numerous occasions. Trade, I used I used whatever you had to use. But we got 7 of them stopped. And the one I thought would be easiest, frankly, was going to be Russia and Ukraine. But that turns out to be some big personality conflicts. It's one of those things. But we're going to get that stopped eventually. We're going to get that stopped too. 7,000 soldiers died last week. Think of that, 7,000. I usually say 5,000, but 7,221 soldiers died last week in the fighting between Ukraine and Russia. And they're not our soldiers, but they're souls. They're living souls, and they leave their homes, and they wave to their parents, and their parents are so proud as they leave in a beautiful uniform, and a week later they get their head blown off by a drone. New form of military. It's a whole new form of fighting. So I would just like to thank the people that are behind me. Thank you very much. You've done a fantastic job. I appreciate it very much. We're doing a real job, and I'm so proud of D.C. I passed it 2 days ago, and all the garbage is off the streets. It's
he's talking
terrible.
about homeless
I
people,
came in
not actual trash.
a month and a half ago. I'm driving down and I see garbage all over the place. The streets were a pigsty. Like I won't use the city's names, but you know what I'm talking about. There are plenty of them outside of this country and inside of this country. Baltimore is a horrible, horrible deathbed. It's a deathbed. I know Governor Moore said, oh, he wants to take a walk with me. He meant it in a derogatory tone. I said, no, I'm the President of the United States. Clean up your crime and I'll walk with you. But it's tremendous crime. But he was trying to be derogatory. He doesn't have what it takes. But he's trying to be derogatory. And I met him at the Army-Navy game. They said, oh, there's Governor Moore. He'd love to see you. He came over to me. He hugged me, shook my hand. You were there. He said, sir, you're the greatest president of my lifetime.
Oh, God, I can't stand him.
It's really nice that you say that. I'd love you to say it publicly.
I can't stand him, bro. Oh, shit. Yo, wait, this is concrete evidence that Donald Trump does not run his Truth Social account. That was 2 minutes ago. He's live right now. He's not running his Truth Social account. He's not the one posting. That is, like, not even kidding. That's conclusive evidence. That is conclusive evidence. Thank you for the $2. He has a staffer posting on Truth Social for him. That's concrete proof. That is evidence. You could use that in a court of law. Hundo P. What is going on in South Korea? Seems like a purge or revolution. We can't have that and do business there. I'm seeing the new president today at the White House. Thank you for your attention to this matter. So, a couple of things that happened. Remember what I told you Ghislaine Maxwell would do? She did exactly that. I told you 1,000,000 times she's going to come out and go, actually, President Trump never had anything to do with Jeffrey Epstein, and I never saw him do anything inappropriate ever. Now, can I please leave prison? So that happened, which, I mean, is anybody surprised by that? Anybody? I sure as fuck ain't. Come on, Abrego Garcia detained by ICE again. They're probably going to send him to Uganda. Israel hit another hospital. Waluigi! Queen. All right, so National Guard is now carrying their M4s and their M17s. Oh. So that's next. Overthrowing the Posse Comitatus Act. Oh, there's his fuck-ass hand. Yeah, no, he's dying, bro. Yeah, when Trump dies, J.D. Vance takes over, yeah. Yeah, Chris, where's the new PC? I get paid on the 25th, which is today, so perhaps I'll get it before the start of next month.
Florida has been growing. Congressional map. Florida has been growing. It's been growing a lot since I've been governor, but even before that, it was adding population, not at the same rate. And we got shortchanged in the last census. We should have had 2 or 3 seats. We only got 1 seat, and that was really the Biden administration's doing. So we are working with the Attorney General in Florida.
The last census was in 2020 when Donald Trump was the fucking president, you stupid dipshit.
James Uthmeyer to talk to the Commerce Department. He's written a letter. Even Biden's administration a couple years after acknowledged Florida got shortchanged. So we're asking them to redo that as best.
Later, Emperor Mankind. Have a good one.
You know how this administration... We're fighting, as usual. You know how this administration works. It's the new roadblock. It's the new lawfare. It's the same thing that they tried with Tish James. And now they're doing it with U.S. attorneys and judges, and it's not just me. It's around the country, frankly, and this tradition that Senator Grassley is upholding effectively prevents anybody in a blue state from going through into Senate to then be voted on. Senator Booker and Senator Kim had absolutely every right to vote no for me for the U.S. attorney position. But I had the right as the nominee to get in front of Senate and to be voted on, to be vetted. I never even got there. Of course not. I was, according to them, unqualified. Why? Look at Hakeem Jeffries' tweet. Because I arrested a congresswoman for a charge of assaulting a police officer. And
she didn't assault anyone. They're talking about that fucking woman in the red dress. We watched this months ago when she got physically in a giant crowd. She got pushed and ended up being pushed into a fucking ICE agent or some shit. And they charged her with assault when we could all see the video.
You know what? I stand by my work as the U.S. attorney, and I won't be intimidated by this type of political rhetoric.
Yeah, just another fucking cock goblin.
Yes, he says.
Sure.
I had the opportunity to speak with the Russian foreign minister.
I heard.
Yes, he says, as of right now, there's no meeting planned between President Putin and President Zelensky. And he added, there needs to be an agenda first, saying, quote, this agenda is not ready at all. Are the Russians stringing President Trump along?
Yes.
No, not at all, Kristen. I think the Russians have made...
No, they are, JD. Shut the fuck up, fat, baby-faced fucking dipshit.
significant concessions to President Trump for the first time in 3.5 years of this conflict. They've actually been willing to be flexible on some of their core demands. They've talked about what would be necessary to end the war. Of course, they haven't been completely there yet, or the war would be over, but we're engaging in this diplomatic process in good faith. We are trying to negotiate as much as we can with both the Russians and the Ukrainians to find a middle ground to stop the killing. Sure.
I had the opportunity
of countries, and then those who win can touch it, because it's for winners only. And since you are a winner, of course, you can as well touch it. It's pretty heavy. Yeah. It's the winner trophy. The last one who lifted that is Lionel Messi of Argentina. And here it is in the Oval Office in the White House.
Can I keep it?
For you. Well, you can keep it. We're not giving it back.
We're not giving it back. That's serious.
He did keep it, by the way. He did keep it. Like, literally, he kept it. It's still in the Oval Office. He kept it. Look.
It's around. Thank you for that.
Thank you. That's beautiful.
You can continue on.
Man got in a fight with another guy. He had a gun.
Sir.
There it is.
As the.
He literally kept it. He literally kept it. We have a fucking, like, gold-obsessed maniac in the Oval Office. I can't fucking believe that.
Breaking overnight, members of the National Guard now carrying weapons on patrol in Washington, D.C.
Agents from ATF, DEA, FBI, the list goes on, deployed throughout the city to help with this. Even though we're seeing, we have seen, and we should note, since August 12th, about 2 weeks ago, when the president first issued this as being a national emergency, or a citywide emergency, I should say, and ordered these troops to be mobilized in D.C., there has been a moderate drop in crime. But one of the biggest things we've actually seen as a result of some of these actions has been widespread immigration raids, and really a real significant ramp up.
Well, yeah, that's what this is all about. It's not about fighting crime. It's about rounding up brown people.
The federal deployment?
I am, but
I'm prepared to order National Guard troops, though, into American cities if those governors don't request the federal deployment?
I am, but I also think that, look, Chicago, everybody knows how bad it is. Everybody standing there knows. We know. You don't have to be doing any studies. They should be saying, please come in. Pritzker should be saying that. I did a favor for Christy Whitmer. A good...
Christy Whitmer? That's not her name, is it? Yeah, it's Gretchen. It's Chris Christie or Gretchen Whitmer. Who the fuck is Christy Whitmer? There is no Christy Whitmer. Who are you talking about, King Doland?
Christy Whitmer, a good favor, I think, with the fish, the carp, the China carp. Did you ever hear of it? China carp. And it's taken over your Great Lakes. You know about that, right? And she came and she wanted to know if it's possible for us to do something about it. And I said, well, I'll do. But I think it's appropriate that the person from Illinois, the governor from Illinois, asks also. It's a tremendously expensive project, actually. It's invasive. It's horrible what's happened. And
talking about fish
with GSA and various people, but we can do it. We're gonna just have to see what happens. Okay, we're gonna have to see what happens. But
you believe that you have the legal authority?
But the governor of Michigan came, was very respectful, asked for it. She's done a good job. I did that. I opened the Air Force Base, kept it open for F-35s and various planes, F-22s too.
Could you please elaborate on your post on South Korea? What were you referring to?
Well, I heard that there were raids on churches over the last few days, very vicious raids on churches by the new government in South Korea. That they even went into our military base and got information. They probably shouldn't have done that, but I heard bad things. I don't know if it's true or not. I'll be finding out. As you know, your new president's coming in just a couple of hours, coming here. I look forward to meeting him. But we won't stand for that. We just won't stand.
Trafficker Kilmar Abrego Garcia turned himself into ICE in Baltimore. Do you have any comment on this? And why are the Democrats so emotionally attached to this man who beats his wife and is part of a terrorist organization?
Dude, such planted fucking influencers in this goddamn room. Oh my God.
They think he's going to be good for votes, and I think he's very bad for votes. These people are deranged. He's not good for votes. He beat the hell out of his wife. His wife is afraid to even talk about him. She's been
That's not true
mauled
at all.
by this animal. And, through a system of liberal courts, he's doing things. But, no, we have that under control. And Pam has got that very much under control. Do you want to comment on it, Pam?
No, we've got him under control. He will no longer terrorize our country. He's currently charged
He's
with
not a terrorist.
human smuggling, including children. The guy needs to be in prison. He doesn't need to be on the streets.
Oh, wait. Human smuggling, including children. You mean like Jeffrey fucking Epstein? You mean like Donald Trump? How about some charges for them, huh?
All these liberals want him to be. And as part of this operation here in D.C., we've also taken off MS-13 members.
She almost said MSNBC. She almost said MSNBC.
We've taken, I think just last night, we got a TDA guy off our streets right here, right around from where we all work. Another TDA member gone because of this project. So we're going to keep America safe from all of these foreign terrorist organizations, including Abrego Garcia.
This moron that we had behind this desk, what they've done to our country is unthinkable.
Yeah, no, they're talking about the Beverly Hills thing. All right. All right, let's make a video. Make a video. All right. Y'all ready? I should fill up my coffee first. Give me 1 sec. Oh. Well. Fuck up. I just gotta chill. Ooh.
Bella Covfefe. Bella. Bella. Covfefe. Bella Covfefe.
All right. Do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. So Donald Trump just signed an executive order live from the Oval Office that ends cashless bail, and it makes burning the American flag punishable with a year in prison. Now, if you don't know this, that is a direct violation of the First Amendment. The Supreme Court ruled back in like the 1970s or some shit that we are completely allowed to burn the American flag. And to any soldier watching this, yes, you fought for my right to burn the American flag. Facts don't care about your feelings, GI. Now back to the war while I burn the fucking flag. Donald Trump hates the United States Constitution. We know this. He's gone after the right to due process. He's gone after the right to birthright citizenship. He went after the woman's right to bodily autonomy. He's going after the right to gay marriage. And his latest thing is he's literally just attacking the First Amendment. Now, what I find interesting is that if he does pass this, I am willing to bet money that you will get more time in prison for burning an Israeli flag than burning an American flag. Now, why is that? It's because Donald Trump is on his hands and knees letting Benjamin Netanyahu throat fuck his Cheeto dust lips. That's how Trump operates. He's a fucking dog man. Just like every other beta cuck who voted for him. Yes, I'm talking about you, you pathetic fucking shitter. So, we have a lot to talk about. We're going to talk about Trump's executive order ending cashless bail and flag burning. We're going to talk about how the National Guard in Washington, D.C. is now walking around with their standard issue M4 carbines and M17 sidearms, using it intentionally to strike fear in the eyes of everybody in Washington, D.C. Then we've got Trump had, after his weird executive order propaganda tour, he started taking questions, and his answers to the questions are just fucking ridiculous. Abrego Garcia is being deported again. This time he's being sent to Uganda, despite the fact that he's completely innocent of all charges, and he's not a terrorist. Yeah, so there's a lot to talk about. I'm Chris Valenti. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Costs you nothing and it helps me immensely. If you do want to support the channel financially, please hit the thanks button to donate money. I have to burp. Hold on. Hit the thanks button to send money. You can buy merch down below, like that Democratic Socialist poster. You could become a member for $5, and you could become a patron on Patreon, and then you can also just, use that discount code. But fuck you, and let's get to it. Trump signs order aimed at ending cashless bail and flag burning. President Donald Trump moved on 2 issues important to his conservative base Monday. Yeah, because these are important issues. Signing executive orders aimed at ending cashless bail across the country and pushing courts to reconsider the legality of burning the American flag. Under cashless bail, a judge can decide to release people accused of crimes. Accused is the big word here. We live in the United States of America, which means you are innocent until proven guilty unless you are on the Epstein list, okay? So if you accuse somebody of a crime, how the fuck can you expect them to be held in a jail without evidence of them committing said fucking crime? This is all just necessary steps in order to throw dissidents of the Fuhrer into prison. One order from Trump directs Attorney General Pam Bondi to identify federal funds that could be suspended or eliminated in states and local jurisdictions with cashless bail policies. He and his regime see such policies as overly lenient. Others view them as central to preventing discrimination in the criminal justice system based on wealth. Yes, because if you have cash bail, that means that anybody who can fucking afford bail is just going to be able to walk free. And only already we live in the United States of America where the rich get out of jail. The rich do not have to go to jail. My favorite example of this is Ghislaine Maxwell right now, who's probably going to get a pardon because she came out in an interview and said, just like I told you she would say, actually, Donald Trump had nothing to do with Jeffrey Epstein. I've never once seen Donald Trump do anything inappropriate in my entire life. Now, on another note, Donald, please give me a presidential pardon. I'm begging you. Fucking so stupid. Trump's orders on flag burning directs his regime to prosecute people who desecrate the American flag and to detain and remove immigrants who have been accused of such behavior. The Supreme Court in 1989, in a 5-4 ruling, found that burning the U.S. flag is protected by the First Amendment. But King Doland, in the executive order, asked Bondi to find a case that could challenge that ruling. The majority of the justices now are significantly more conservative than the court was then. A White House official cited images of flag burning alongside violent acts from recent protests as justification for the order. Now, I also want to point out that in this same moment, Trump said that he turned to Pete Hegseth and said, and also we're thinking of changing the name from the Department of Defense to the Department of War. You know, I love defense. We have good defense, but we need offense. I want to be offensive. So, you know, as we all know, Donald Trump is a warmongering fascist, but we're now moving straight into the point where we start actually moving backward in history. Also, as we know, Trump is currently erasing slavery from our museums to just pretend like we're, not a disgusting nation. Moving on, National Guard members are now carrying their weapons in Washington, D.C. We talked about this the other day. Oh, God. The shift comes as President Donald Trump over the weekend threatened to send National Guard troops to Baltimore. Trump said Baltimore is out of control and crime-ridden in a Sunday morning Truth Social post in response to an invitation by Maryland Governor Wes Moore to join city officials to walk the streets and discuss public safety in September. Yeah, so the governor of Maryland asked if Trump wants to take a walk, just take a walk down the streets and see that what you're talking about isn't real. But Donald Trump refuses to do anything that would prove him wrong. So he will not go to Maryland. He will not cover Maryland. He will not meet with Governor Moore. He will do none of this. Because if he does, it will not paint the image that Maryland is burning down to the fucking embers. Separately, the Pentagon is planning military deployment to Chicago. Jesus Christ. The Pentagon has been planning a military deployment to Chicago. Just that sentence alone should be enough. Listen, MAGA, You are now supporting a military invasion of your own country. You are no longer American. You are a bootlicking cuck. Get rid of your fucking flag and stop pretending to be one of us. Because you're fucking not. You want to live under a military authoritative fucking regime because you are so servile. You are so submissive. You care about nothing. Nothing at all other than just benefiting off of the fucking status quo because you are a pathetic fucking dog man. You probably can't even fucking read. Goddamn fucking rednecks. Guard members were seen with their sidearms visible at Union Station on Sunday. The statement said the National Guard members are operating under rules that allow use of force only as last resort and solely in response to an imminent threat of death or serious bodily harm. It's a fucking joke. The whole point of them carrying their rifles is to scare the population into submission. And I know some of you are thinking, oh, what, you trying to scare them into not committing murder? Yeah, you know what? You know what's funny is Nazi Germany was a crimeless society too. You want to know why? It's because they took anybody and everybody who stepped out of line, threw them into a fucking concentration camp, which is precisely what the Trump regime is doing. This National Guard in D.C. is not about crime. It's not about fighting the homelessness. It's about rounding up brown people. Most of what's going on in D.C. right now is immigration enforcement. It is the fat Proud Boys. It is the obese white supremacists who have signed up due to these sorts of ads. Join ICE ads. Due to these sorts of fucking ads. Defend the homeland. America needs you. Oh yeah, join ICE today. No age gap. Oh, and again, I need to reiterate: if you are in ICE, you are an inferior being. You deserve to be treated poorly. You are a dog. I hate you. If your family member is in ICE, I hate them. I need you to understand that. I don't care if it's your father. I don't care if it's your brother. He's a pathetic fucking dog now. He's not even a fucking American citizen in my eyes. And look at this one. Look at the fucking Nazi symbolism, the SS here. Looking out to the east to defend the west. Gloves off. Fucking pathetic, pathetic fucking Nazis. Every single one. Meanwhile, this guy, he was pardoned. But burning the flag? No, burning the flag's illegal. But this guy? No, he's been pardoned. It's totally fine to just use a fucking flag to beat the shit out of Capitol Police officers. We've got insane fucking clips from this shit, dude.
Defending the nation's capital and ensuring it is safe and beautiful and working with law enforcement. And Mr. President, let me tell you, the morale of the troops, getting out there, talking to them, they love this mission. They're grateful to be doing it, whether they're D.C. National Guard or other state National Guards. And at your direction as well, sir, it's just common sense to make sure they're armed as well. And so they were rolling out ensuring they're armed, capable of defending themselves and others if need be, supporting law enforcement, and we're proud to be there, sir.
We're looking on behalf of the Department of Defense. All right?
That's coming soon, sir.
You let me know if you want to do it. I think Department of War. It just sounded bad. He said, sir, on behalf of the Department of Defense. Defense. I don't want to be defense only. We want defense, but we want offense too, if that's okay. So you'll make a decision. But you know, as Department of War, we won everything. We won everything.
Luigi!
And I think we're going to have to go back to that.
So listen, this is just Donald Trump being a fucking warmonger as usual. He doesn't like the term Department of Defense because in his eyes, defense is weak. We need to be going on an offensive crusade and taking over all of the countries in South America because they got the oil.
Wars go to Africa. They like to say, oh, you know, I love black people. And I did great with the vote with the black people.
I can't be racist. I stopped a war in the Congo.
But they say he's a racist, he's a racist. I said, really? For 35 years, a war raged between Rwanda and the Republic of the Congo.
If I was a racist, I would have let the Africans just keep on killing each other.
It was a vicious war. 9 million people were killed with machetes, largely. Hatchets, machetes. That went on for more than 30 years, but 34, 35 years. And I stopped it. In fact, the presidents are coming in a week or two to sign we have the foreign ministers, it's all signed, the war stopped. But I got it stopped and saved a lot of lives. The Congo, It's deep into deepest, darkest Africa.
Dude, this guy's so fucking stupid. I honestly think that Donald Trump thinks there are two parts of Africa. I think he thinks there's a line down the middle, and there's South Africa and the Congo. I'm serious. I think that is the extent of his knowledge on Africa. Because the way that he's talked about South Africa before, he refers to it like it's half of the continent. And at the same time, I've never heard him mention a different country other than the Congo or Rwanda. I genuinely think that he thinks this.
Never seen before. Nobody lives like that.
Oh my God, this is when he was talking about Beverly Hills. The guy goes on this fucking insane rant about how people in Beverly Hills are leaving their doors unlocked because it's inevitable that they're going to get robbed anyway.
Never seen before. Nobody lives like that. I have another friend, he has a garage, and in order to save his garage door, he leaves it open so the people can just walk into his garage, take whatever they want, and leave. But all the cars are, so many cars, I've been told this by many people, stars, big people, they leave their doors open so the doors aren't destroyed by these criminals.
If you believe that, you're a fucking dipshit.
All over Los Angeles, this is taking place, and you know that. I mean, you've heard that. Christy, could you say if you
Dude, as soon as he realizes that his lie is so totally unbelievable, he goes, and you know that. Christy, could you mind who stop? Bro, and I'll say it again, and I do mean it. If you believe that people in Beverly Hills are leaving their doors unlocked because being robbed is simply inevitable, you are so fucking stupid. I never want you to speak again. Stay in the fucking corner like the dunce you are and shut the fuck up forever. Oh, this is him. Remember when he said he would end the war in Ukraine on day one? Now listen to him.
And the one I thought would be easiest, frankly, was going to be Russia and Ukraine. But that turns out to be some big personality conflicts. It's one of those things, but we're going to get that stopped eventually. We're going to get that stopped too. 7,000 soldiers died last week.
And meanwhile, we're just finding out that Russia does not plan on meeting with Zelensky at all. Putin's like, no, I'm not having a meeting with Zelensky. And also, the Russians bombed an American business in Ukraine. And we're doing nothing about it. So it's not even hitting Ukraine. It's hitting American interests in the fucking region. And our fat fascist president isn't going to do diddly shit about it because he throats Putin's cock. What do you think he was doing in the fucking beast? He was on his knees in between the seats, taking Russian loads down his fucking throat.
This country, Baltimore is a horrible deathbed. It's a deathbed. I know Governor Moore said, oh, he wants to take a walk with me. He meant it in a derogatory tone.
He meant it in a derogatory tone? No, dumb fuck. No, Cankles McTaco tits. No, I'm dying from a venous insufficiency. No, I'm having heart failure, fat orange fuck. No. That's not what he did. He just invited you to go on a walk to prove to you that it's safe to walk around the fucking streets.
I said, no, I'm the president of the United States. Clean up your crime and I'll walk with you. But it's tremendous crime. But he was trying to be derogatory. He doesn't have what it takes. But he's trying to be derogatory. And I met him at the Army-Navy game. They said, oh, there's Governor Moore. He'd love to see you. He came over to me, he hugged me, shook my hand. You were there. He said, sir, you're the greatest president of my lifetime.
Bullshit.
I said, but it's really nice that you say that. I'd love you to say it publicly, but I don't think you can do that, so it's okay. But no, sir, you're doing a fantastic job. I want to just shake your hand. Thank you very much, Governor. That was it. And then every time I see him on television, he's knocking the hell out of me. So, but that's all right. That's called politics. But Governor Moore's he's doing a bad job. Newsom's doing a bad job.
What's MAGA going to do when the Fuhrer kicks it? They're already preparing. That's the reason why they're going so hard, so aggressive with everything. Like, we're banning flag burning. We're making concentration camps. We're detaining all 65 million Latinos in the United States. We're going to war with Mexico. We're going to war. The reason why they're going so hard is because the day this fucker kicks the bucket, their momentum plummets. He's their guy. He's their top guy. Sure, they could replace him with J.D. Vance, but J.D. Vance has no riz. J.D. Vance is not the, he's not office rocker. He's not as, what's the word, abrasive and blunt and just reactionary, right? J.D. Vance is a fucking loser. Yes, he was raised and trained by Peter Thiel. Yes, he's like way more calculated, but without Donald Trump, the most racist, hateful, Nazi, anti-Semitic people, they don't have a channel for their voice. He is their channel. So they're trying to crank out as much as they possibly can before this fat bastard kicks the fucking bucket.
All of their potential candidates are doing a bad job. I can't imagine Pritzker being even a candidate, but somebody said he is. He can't do the work, can't do the job. He's not temperamentally suited.
See, let me explain something to you. The Nazis as an ideology, the hatred of the Jews, the hatred of everyone, the Untermensch, right? We're talking about Germany in the 30s. Those men, that ideology, existed before Hitler, okay? Hitler gave them a platform. He gave them validity. He gave them comfortability to spew out their venom. And then what happened after Hitler died? Did the Nazis fade away? No. They crawled back underneath their rock and they waited. They waited and they waited. And now that Hitler too, Electric Boogaloo, is the president of the United States, they all came out from under their rock, right? That is what they're afraid of. They're afraid that when this fat bastard kicks the bucket, they all have to crawl back underneath their rock. So they're trying to get out as much as they can so that when that day inevitably comes, they have legion. They go, okay, hold your ground! As liberal and progressive values try to push them back underneath their rock, they will try to hold their ground because of the progress they have made through Project 2025, Project Esther, all of the shit that they've gone down. It is intentionally preparing for that day.
Los Angeles. Thank you very much, Steve. You know, in Los Angeles, Beverly Hills is, you know, a great place. I have a house there. I had a house there. I used to stay a lot of time, spend a lot of time there. And a great place. Do you know that I have friends, they leave their trunk open for their car because they don't want, they know they're going to be vandalized. They don't want the trunk ripped off in order for them to steal what's in the back. They leave the doors open so when they go in to steal the radio or whatever they take, that they don't rip off the door. They leave the doors totally open so the criminals, when they go and open the door, they don't have to break the windows. And
yeah, so again, to the same point earlier, if you believe that, you're so stupid, I never want to hear you fucking speak. You're an oxygen thief. Shut the fuck up forever. Your opinion is useless.
Kill the car in order to steal whatever it is.
Oh yeah, they gotta kill the car. Yeah, no, I've been to a lot of car funerals.
In the car that they're looking for. And that's at a level that nobody's ever seen before. Nobody. Thank you.
Yeah, no, nobody's ever seen that level before because nobody's doing that, King Doland. You know, I think I might get robbed tonight. I think my car is gonna get broken into. I should probably leave it unlocked. What? What?
What they've done to our country, these people that circle this moron that we had behind this desk, what they've done to our country is unthinkable. It's unthinkable.
What you've done to our country is fucking unthinkable, you fat piece of shit.
And a MS-13 gangbanger and human trafficker Kilmar Abrego Garcia turned.
This is also the most staged question I've ever seen from somebody with the most disgusting fucking pedophile mustache ever. This is a plant, by the way.
A MS-13 gangbanger and human trafficker Kilmar Abrego Garcia turned himself into ICE in Baltimore. Do you have any comment on this? And why are the Democrats so emotionally attached to this man who beats his wife and is part of a terrorist organization?
Because they think he's going to be good for votes, and I think he's very bad for votes. These people are deranged. He's not good for votes. He beat the hell out of his wife. His wife is afraid to even talk about him.
Incorrect. His wife is one of the biggest proponents for his freedom. That's a complete lie.
She's been mauled by this animal.
Okay, so now we're just using the... Okay, so now we're just saying he was mauled by an animal. So we're moving into the government completely dehumanizing the enemy within. That's what we're in. They're you know, animal vermin. It's the same fucking shit that the Nazis did.
And, you know, through a system of liberal courts, you know, he's doing things, but No, we have that under control, and Pam has got that very much under control. Do you want to comment on it, Pam?
No, we've got him under control. He will no longer terrorize our country. He's currently charged with human smuggling, including children.
You say terrorize our country? First of all, he's not a terrorist. Second of all, I don't feel any terrorized by Abrego Garcia. And then, wait a minute, did you just say children smuggling? You mean like the Epstein list? So, Pam, remember when you had the Epstein list on your desk? You fucking cockholster? Why don't you release the Epstein list, you dirty fucking tramp?
To be in prison. He doesn't need to be on the streets like all these liberals want him to be. And as part of this operation here in D.C., we've also taken off MS-13 members.
MSNBC? Were you going to say MSNBC because you also like to attack the free press, you fucking cock goblin?
We've taken, I think just last night, we got a TDA guy off our streets right here, right around from where we all work. Another TDA member gone because of this project. So we're going to keep America safe from all of these foreign terrorist organizations, including Abrego Garcia.
Of course. But of course. Oh, yeah, this is him saying that the fucking South Koreans are raiding churches, which is just complete fucking bullshit.
Into American cities if those governors are prepared to order National Guard troops, though, into American cities if those governors don't request the federal deployment?
I am, but I also think that, look, Chicago, everybody knows how bad it is. Everybody standing there knows. We know. You don't have to be doing any studies. They should be saying, please come in. Pritzker should be.
I love how they don't have. You don't have to read any studies. Is where we're at. The entire conservative party is based on vibes. It's based on feelings. They go, I know the data says that crime in Chicago is plummeting, but my vibes say differently. Therefore, I'm gonna fucking invade it with the United States military.
Saying that, you know, I did a favor for Christy Whitmer.
Christy Whitmer? Do you mean Gretchen Whitmer, you dumb fuck? Are you combining Chris Christie and Gretchen Whitmer, two polar fucking opposites, I might add? Oh, speaking of Chris Christie, Trump said he wants to fucking arrest Chris Christie, throw him in jail for what, making fun of Trump? Here's my thing, I fucking hate Chris Christie. You want to arrest him and throw him in jail? Go ahead, but you gotta have actual fucking charges. You can't throw him in jail for making fun of you.
A good favor, I think, with the fish, the carp. The China carp, did you ever hear of it?
Oh my God, now he's gonna start talking about fucking invasive Chinese fish. Look at him. Look at this fat bastard. He's fucking decrepit. He's dying in front of us. It's incredible. Anyway, listen. I don't got much else for you. I mean, I'll tell you this, as we know, currently, as we're speaking, the IDF is mowing down the Gazans. They've begun their Greater Israel project, the full colonization of all of Palestine, all of Gaza, all of the West Bank, and then further expanding into Jordan, Syria, and Iraq, and I think parts of Egypt. But, so that's going on. National Guard deployed across the United States. The invasion of the United States has begun. 4,000 Marines and 3 warships sent to Venezuela. Leaked battle plans for the invasion of Mexico, which will then unite all of the cartels to fight against us. No peace in Ukraine. But yeah, just nothing. Are you ever afraid for your safety, for being brave enough to speak out? Yeah, but I also keep that thing on me. Somebody wants to step up, they're going to get a hole in their chest the size of a fucking baseball. 45 ACP. Also cracks pussies. Anyway, if you're here live, you stay. We're going to keep on going. But if you are watching this live on YouTube, or pre-recorded on YouTube, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. It costs you nothing, and it helps me immensely. One last thing. Click that video right over there. It's a banger. And I know bangers. Yeah, no, I mean, I'm not, listen, I've gotten more death threats than I can count. I've gotten more death threats than anybody I know. But if there's one thing I'm not afraid of, it's a MAGA voter. It's some fucking donkey-toothed redneck living on a fucking farm who could barely spell their own name. I'm not afraid of them. I'm much more afraid of the government than I am them. All right. Dummy time. We will try to find you if they come in to take you away. Oh, I'd appreciate that. Just understand, if I ever go 7 days without posting, and I didn't tell you beforehand, that means I have been rounded up and sent to one of the camps, and in which case, you must slide for me. You must slide for me. You must avenge me. All right, so we need flag burning. The funny. This is episode 215. Please don't boof my frames. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. The IOF bombed journalists live? Yes, I saw that. They destroyed a hospital, killed 20 people, including 5 journalists. But honestly, here's my thing. Is that bad? Yes. Is that news? No. They've killed almost every single journalist in Gaza. That is their MO. That's their modus operandi. They want to kill all the journalists. The reason why they don't allow foreign journalists into Gaza is because they will face backlash when they kill the foreign journalists. They don't face much backlash for killing Palestinian journalists because most fucking people don't give a shit. I do, but most people don't give a shit. All right, now we need angry Trump. I have an angry Trump here somewhere. Oh, that's a good one. We're going to go with that one. We're also going to make him look terrible. He already looks terrible. Isn't it crazy that I didn't have to put a filter on for him to look that fucking bad? That's like really crazy to me. But we are going to make him look even worse. That one's good. That one's really good too. I think that one is the one to go with. What do you guys think about this one? I think that's the one, right? Look at him. I mean, look at him. That's the one. Right? All right, now we need me. All right, we're going to make the text say, burn that flag, baby. All right. What do we think? You dig? You dig? You dig? Yes. Retro just subbed for another 5 months. Remember to like and subscribe as well. Hit the notification bell. It costs you nothing and helps the channel immensely. Indeed, it does, guys. If you're watching this, do me a favor. Just click that fucking like button. It's easy. Just hit the like button. That's all you got to do. Free. Free. All right, let's get the thumbnail up. The video is now uploading. Trump new Trump executive order bans flag burn. Helps the rich stay out of jail. Trump executive order bans flag burning and helps the rich stay out of Trump executive order bans flag burning and helps the rich stay out of jail. What else? Of course Destiny is a pedo. What is this fucking news to you, bro? How's this fucking news to anybody? Trump executive order bans flag burning and helps the rich stay out of jail. America is so cooked. I'm ignorant. Who's Destiny? He's some fucking weird sex pest political streamer. Trump, yo, flag. It. Sure it started properly. Oh, it's still processing. I can't check that. Yep, this goes into the Valenti VOD. Yes. 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 All right, let's see how it starts. So Donald Trump. All right, I'm going to have to edit that once it's uploaded. Public, publish. SoCal Shorts got doxxed by Wolf Neve. I don't know who either of those people are, dude. Should I? So those are fucking F-22s. Those are fucking F-22s. Fine, Weege. What the fuck? Helicopters? Dude, those were jets. Those were F-22s. Fucking nuts. Luigi. Headed to Brooklyn? Yes, unironically. Headed to Manhattan. Luigi, it's fine. They're not here for me. So Donald Trump just signed an executive order live from the Oval Office that ends cashless bail, and it makes burning the American flag punishable with a year in prison. Now, if you don't know this, that is a direct violation of... All right, that's done. Bella Kofefi. What floor are you on? I'm on the 17th. Pretty high up. But those fuckers are still high up there anyway. They also do training missions over the Hudson all the time. Because if something goes wrong and they have to crash land, they can do it in the water and then they don't have to destroy anything. They don't have to destroy any buildings. Bella Kofefi is here. How you doing, Bella Kofefi? Yeah, no, I mean, we do support terrorist organizations. The CIA is arming the cartels. The same way that the CIA armed the Taliban and Al-Qaeda. Brothers, we need wars in order for our economy to flourish, right? So we arm and train people that we know in about 20 years will become the enemy, so we always have a new enemy. This is how America operates. This is how we operate. Or tell me where you're at, 'cause I don't give a fuck. Are law classes good to have for a senior in high school? Of course. You should check your outros too. What? My outros are getting cut off? I didn't know that. Let me check. Yeah, but I also keep that thing on me. Somebody wants to step up, they're going to get a hole in their chest the size of a fucking baseball. 45 ACP. Also cracks pussies. Anyway, if you're here live, you stay. We're going to keep on going. But if you are watching this live on YouTube, or pre-recorded on YouTube, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. It costs you nothing, and it helps me immensely. One last thing. Click that video right over there. It's a banger. And I know bangers. I mean, that one was fine. That one's fine. Also cracks pussies. ACP, I like to say, also cracks planes. What the fuck was his name? Something Barrett. The Colt 45 ACP is the only pistol on record to have shot down a plane. Not a joke. Something Barrett. There was some American pilot who had to bail out of his plane, and as he's parachuting, a Japanese fighter starts strafing parachuting soldiers out of the air, which is a violation of international law. So the parachuting soldier played dead. And then as the Japanese fighter plane got closer, he whipped out his 45 and he put 4 shots into the pilot, which made the plane go down and hit the ground. And yeah, it's recorded. The Colt 45, only pistol that's ever shot down a plane. Colt 45 and 2 zigzags, baby, that's all I need. You just heard them outside your house in Brooklyn? Yeah, the F-22s? Yeah, those motherfuckers be rolling. Motherfuckers be rolling. Want to bring bear spray to a protest? No. Colt M1911? Yeah, that's a Colt 45. Brian, that's what a Colt 45 is. 45 is just a round it shoots. Colt 45, do your damn, baby, that's all we need. Anyway, I think that's it for me. I'm going to hop off. Take Luigi out for a little walkie-walkie. Thank you very much for tuning into the Valenti broadcast. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. It costs you nothing and helps me immensely. If you do want to help support the channel financially, please do. This is grassroots-funded independent media. Every dollar goes a long way. There's many different ways for you to donate to the channel. Don't forget, Bella Covfefe, Bella Covfefe, Bella Covfefe. Have a good one, have a good one, have a good one. All right, later, guys.